Do you ever read anything about John Lilly?
Nah, what's about
It's a
him?
fascinating story. John Lilly is the guy who created that sensory deprivation tank that I showed you earlier. John Lilly was also a pioneer in interspecies communication.
Okay.
He was a legitimate scientist, and he would take acid and try to communicate with dolphins. And one of the things that he did, this guy was out there. Lilly was out there. Fascinating
I'm
guy.
smoking weed trying to talk to my poodle at home. That's amazing.
Well, it's like you are kind of talking to them, though. They kind of know when you're happy and when you're loving them, and they kind of, they know. There's something going on there, right? But so Lilly funded this study. They directed this study where they had this house, and half of the house was filled with water.
Gotcha.
So the dolphin would live with the researcher, and so the researcher, the woman who was a researcher, was trying to get this dolphin to speak human language, and it can't because it doesn't have lips.
Gotcha.
And so it was a failed experiment. But in order to get the dolphin to pay attention, she had to jerk him off because dolphins are so horny. They're like, I don't want to give a fuck about it. Hi. I'm trying to fuck.
It's kind of like a man.
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's a human.
Lord knows after I get pussy, I'm more willing to listen to whatever she got to say.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, your boss is a fucking asshole. Thanks for the blowjob.
In all the animal kingdom, I'm sure. There's an imperative to breed.
Yeah.
That's how the species survives.
Yeah.
And dolphins, they live in this world of sharks. I bet they have a crazy need to breed. They're probably horny all the time. And so they found this got out, and you know the Puritan instincts of these people that didn't understand science. They didn't. They decided that we're going to put a stop to this. This is inappropriate. Instead of saying, well, it's actually like some sort of bodily maintenance. It's also inappropriate that you have a dolphin in a fucking house that's half filled with water. That's way more inappropriate than jerking off the dolphin. Jerking off the dolphin is the only nice part about that. The rest of it, you have a prisoner for no reason.
This is true.
No reason, and it might be as smart as you. We don't even know. They have a cerebral cortex. It's 40% larger than a human being's. We don't know what kind of intelligence they have.
We know they saved human beings.
Yes.
We know we know they jumped on that lady on YouTube and humped her. So
they know that too.
They obviously are thinking.
They fight off sharks.
Yeah.
They keep sharks away from people sometimes.
Yeah. And orcas actually kill sharks.
Yes.
Roll
They
up next
eat
to
'em.
great whites and turn those motherfuckers upside down. And
They go right for the liver.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting? They eat their liver.
so the liver really is healthy like that. Hold on.
Finally, taking his penis in my hand and letting him jam himself against me, eyes closed, body shaking. Then his penis would relax and withdraw. Right. She jerked him off. That sounds like, well, I didn't really jerk him off. I kept my hand there, and he just sort of fucked my hand. But I kept my eyes closed, and I hated it.
I let him hunch me.
Listen, she probably had an intimate relationship with this.
White people are amazing. you got
That guy, though, you see what he looked like? He was a real freak. Duncan told me, and I need to know if this is true, because Duncan just brought this up in the green room the other night. That John Lilly, at the end of his life, he had done so much drugs. He would take ketamine, intramuscular ketamine, and get in the isolation tank. He did acid, he did everything. But at the end of his life, apparently he had a party over his house. He had gotten a boob job, so he gave himself fake breasts, and he was watching porn in front of all of the guests of the party and jerking off in front of everybody. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? He was that gone.